RingGangRadio.com. Take over. Last mission. Final boss mode.
We have the same type of thing going on for next weekend because we have two cards, one on Saturday, one on Sunday, and it's gonna be interesting too because one of them, P will be going to, one of them hopefully I will be going to. So the one hopefully I hope to be going to is on Saturday, live on DAZN. This is the last leg of Eddie's U.S. tour, with Devin Haney defending his WBC lightweight title, and he is the WBC lightweight champion, people. Official WBC lightweight champion. It's sad how much you see this argument on Twitter all the time about the validity of Devin Haney's belt, but it's a thing. And he is facing probably his best challenger to date in JoJo Diaz.
Like it is.
Well, Linares is more
accomplished, but like, come on, man.
Yeah, but with this with Linares, I mean, unlike Linares, JoJo Diaz does not have a reputation of being knocked out by people he shouldn't be knocked out by.
One guy is in their prime, the other guy is, not you look at him as prime rib.
Oh man, though, but Haney, JoJo Diaz, this is the type of fresh matchups because this is what 2021 like. Haney needed that because Haney needed respect on his name because unfortunately the lightweight picture, unfavorably, froze him up, and we could thank Lomachenko for that, which is why I don't feel no sympathy for how Lomachenko's going in terms of rematches and stuff like that because he really pulled a horrible bitch move.
He's trying to orchestrate the momentum to build a rematch with a guy who just got his ass kicked.
Yeah.
And it's now gonna move to 140. So what was the point of fighting all his leftovers?
So that's basically boxing god shit. You gotta love to see when boxing gods come to us like
he should have really been trying to go after damn Devin Haney and say, hey, I won, took the belt, and now build for a rematch for Teofimo or move on.
Right. It's kind of funny that now the dude that was the butt of the email joke for the past 2 years or whatever, has a fast track to potentially be undisputed after all the jokes and dust settled.
Yeah,
it's kind of ironic. It's ironic.
Not even the undisputed, just the fact that he's the one getting into the best, most relevant fights
at 135, especially
Cambosa's gonna be there. Cambosa's gonna be ringside. George's gonna be a ringside at that fight for sure.
Yeah, Cambosa. Yeah, Cambosa confirmed he was gonna be there. So Devin Haney
options.
They'll go back and put him in the ring. Put him in. Whoever wins, he's gonna be in the ring. You know what I'm saying? That kind of shit.
Yeah, Eddie likes his face off. So it's guaranteed if Haney understands his assignment and he does win, there's gonna be a face off of some sort.
Yeah.
But this fight is like finally because JoJo Diaz is even though he's gotten over the disappointment of him losing his belt on the scales, in a fight where where people say he either got the draw or he should have won. Regardless, he wasn't gonna leave there with a belt. But dude, he turned his career around. He beat the shit out of someone most people don't want to fight in Fortuna. Someone that a certain mentally ill social media brat should have fought. Yeah. So
the dude that finally called somebody out for the first time in a while.
Yeah, exactly. But
he was going to fight JoJo Diaz, but he was dragging his ass on that too.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Did he hurt his wrist shadowboxing?
Yeah, all types of bullshit. So, yeah, we were just waiting for him. So, JoJo Diaz was supposed to face Ryan Garcia. Then Ryan Garcia had surgery. So, it was like, hey, and then Devin has, why don't we face each other? And this all happened on Twitter. And, and people got wind of it. And, and bam, we had a contract signed. And JoJo Diaz now, has a chance to be a 2-division champion. And like I said, it's definitely. And then Haney for his part though, a little crack in his armor happened in the fight we just mentioned with Linares, where in the last 3 rounds, Linares hit him with some shit that had him, doing the slew flip back to his corner, and then dude was coming out afterwards just to hug the man. He came out with his arms all the way out, like,
and asking for like the status reports, like you remember the intern reports in school.
Yeah,
you got to take paper all around to your classes, and the teacher got to be like, all right, he's doing good. He's this, that. Like this nigga literally asked Linares, like, so, how hard do I hit? Like he was asking this man questions. I'm like, dude, like, what the fuck is this?
Right.
That was really corny. That was really, really corny.
I ain't gonna lie, 135 like full of so many cringe moments.
It do, yeah.
It's loaded as fuck. The right fights be happening for the most part.
Somewhat.
Yeah. No, because I'm thinking about it as a whole. Because remember, at one time, Mikey Garcia was fighting niggas. Fucking Linares was fighting. You know what I'm saying? Lomachenko was making good fights. So
yeah, that's true.
The past, from 2018 to now, lightweight has been making good fights.
Mm-hmm.
More so than damn middleweight in 147.
Facts.
So, and it's like all these niggas got some cringe ass moments, like Lomachenko with all his excuses, with Tio with his excuses, Haney needing report cards from a Linares fight.
Yeah, so
Ryan Garcia mental illness bullshit.
Nah, and that's why I used to be like, ain't no 4 king shit here. Like, nah, none of these niggas is kings in this division.
Yeah. I mean, we got an emperor now, though.
Yeah, we do. But at least now this is now a fight. 135 is now making the fights we need. Because like I said, JoJo Diaz, Devin Haney, this is a fight like they don't have bad blood. Oh shit.
According to Podomatic.com,
Echo, turn off.
RingGangRadio.com.
Lisa gotta make her appearance. I'm just playing.
Yeah, sorry, my
even Echo want to get in on the action.
Oh, the Echo, my fault.
Hold on, y'all niggas doing the podcast? Why ain't y'all tell me? Like, you seen the fight, right? Like, oh shit. All right.
Oh man, no, but yeah, no. This fight though should be, and I seen the pictures of JoJo Diaz. JoJo Diaz looks like in great shape. Like, dude looks like he's in the best shape of his career. Now, will he make the weight? That's another different thing. But
he looked like he was like 147 in them pictures.
Yeah, he was looking kind of chunky in that a little bit.
No,
it was a swole chunky though. It wasn't like a fat chunky.
Yeah, it wasn't baby fat chunky. Dude looked like he was like
muscular. Like,
yeah.
Well, I mean, I personally heard from someone who's in the know that he had a very, very rough start to his training camp.
Yeah, I could believe that. Because remember this fight hasn't been talked about that long. Like, remember it was already signed for Ryan Garcia, so he was probably starting training camp, and then maybe 2-3 weeks later the fight get canceled.
Yeah.
Then it's like a whole nother week or two trying to get the Haney fight signed, and then boom. Then it almost seems like, okay, 4 weeks later we got the fight. Like, this fight is kind of coming up quick. I wonder who's in better shape. Like,
I just want to make sure we're getting the best JoJo Diaz.
Right.
The best, both of them really. Because did Haney even have a fight signed?
He was trying to.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it almost feels like the Porter.
Haney was in the gym. Haney was in the gym. Haney was in the gym though.
Yeah, Haney's a gym rat though.
Haney's a gym guy.
Yeah.
That I get. He's dedicated to being in the gym.
But then it's also like not just being in the gym, but being on for like the actual training camp. Yeah, like, I don't think they had like time like that to train specifically for this fight. Is what I'm saying, and I'm saying that's like on both guys.
I get what you're saying. It's different training regularly than training specifically for one certain person.
Yeah, like a real camp. Like,
it's kind of a shorter camp. It's a shorter.
Yeah, it's a shorter camp.
Short
but the thing is, one guy is in his prime physical, another guy is still prime, but he might have peaked. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's an interesting matchup though. I know Devin Haney would be the favorite, but yeah, JoJo Diaz, he got a lot of layers in his game.
So LB, how do you see it going in terms of like how it plays out for a result?
I think JoJo's gonna try to box with him, and then when he see that's not gonna work or he's not having the success he wants, I feel like he's gonna sell out to the body and try to drown Devin Haney late. Cause I noticed a lot of these 135 cats, man, they not the best 12-round fighters. Like a lot of these niggas, they getting burnt out at like 8 rounds. Like JoJo, he went I think 10 rounds last fight before Fortuna.
Yeah.
Or was that 12?
So Fortuna went 12.
It went 12 rounds. Like he had Fortuna out at one point, and he started, really dominating at the end. But I felt like he couldn't put it to the next gear to stop Fortuna. But then Fortuna is a little tougher. He's experienced. He could survive. I don't know if that's so sure about Devin Haney yet. I mean, it's one thing to survive against Linares. There's another thing to survive against JoJo Diaz, a guy who's more in his prime, hungrier.
Yeah, I mean,
Linares is a bigger puncher than JoJo, though. To be
right,
fair.
yeah, that's what to say. Like,
he's bigger, he's more talented, he's a better fighter. But as far as I might say, they punching power might be around the same at that point because it's an older Linares.
Yeah, and
Linares caught him to the head. Like JoJo doesn't headhunt. He kind of, he picks his spots. He kind of goes everywhere.
Yeah, but JoJo Diaz though hasn't really knocked out. I mean, he hasn't had too many knockouts lately in the last was it?
Nah, he's been fighting tougher dudes though.
Yeah, that's usually the case when you
JoJo Diaz hurts people though, but he doesn't. And he, not just him, but a lot of these guys, they don't have the extra gear to, get a motherfucker out of there. It's not like how Tank could hurt you, and then it's like, okay, next round or 2 more rounds later, he gets you out of there. Yeah, these guys could hurt you, and they have you on the verge, but they can't push you off the cliff.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, just like the biggest, just as like the power is like the biggest flaw for JoJo Diaz. Yeah, that type of temperament is, I always felt, was like the biggest flaw for Devin Haney. Now Devin Haney has an almost 60% KO % ratio. Like, and one of the things I used to say, like, I was like, dude, as he was coming up, dude was a hell of a boxer. But the one thing that I was like, that used to annoy me was like, dude, cruise control. Like, dude would not go into that second mode to get someone out of there. Like, if he could box,
don't say that to Moran.
Yeah, but that was before the Moran fight. Like, I think he heard the criticism before, and then he tried to be. The Moran fight is still a brutal, ridiculous KO. Like dude, he sent dude to the bushes. Like Moran probably could have died in the ring.
Yeah, that was KO of the year. I mean, of that year, it had to be top 3.
Yeah, it was the KO. It was the official KO of the year, and there was nothing. I wouldn't, argue that one. And then after that, he followed up by breaking the eye socket of his Mando next, and then afterwards he had to go into surgery, and then after the shoulder surgery he doesn't seem to have that type of pop anymore. He hasn't shown it, and so it's like we don't know if the shoulder surgery.
He honestly should have knocked out Linares.
Yeah, and I was thinking, and Linares is like, Linares is, he has scar tissue. Like, dude has been knocked up by lesser fighters. And Linares didn't wobble once, like not once. Like he got boxed up, yeah, but he didn't wobble from any of them shots. Like,
the biggest takeaway is he never discouraged Linares.
Yeah. Like,
and it's like I feel like he has to really discourage a guy like JoJo, because JoJo doesn't give up really.
No, he doesn't.
And it's like I don't see Devin Haney being a better boxer than fucking Turbo Fist. So it's gonna be hard to discourage JoJo, man. He knows he's like, if he loses this fight, he kind of goes, back to the drawing board a little.
Right, cause, like I said, I mean, because Oscar wants a world champion. Oscar has been looking for another world champion. Because he's a Golden Boy fighter, so nothing would please Oscar more than having him take a belt away from someone affiliated with Eddie Hearn.
Especially because he can make that Ryan Garcia fight real quick.
Exactly.
As Ryan Garcia's second WBC standing, so that's just perfect. But
yeah, that's all. And then and that's why people are trying to upset the apple. So Haney doesn't, it's not Haney and Kambosos. It's either that or JoJo Diaz and Kambosos. Pilot though, since you how do you think this fight would actually play out? The result.
I mean, it's going to be a competitive fight. I mean, to be 100% quite honest, I think Diaz is a little too small. He's not a natural 135 guy. Gary Russell Jr. is a great fighter, and that was a good fight in itself. But he's just too small of a guy, so he'll impose his will. I mean, he's younger than some of the fight. He's still somewhat in the prime of his career, so he'll impose his will. But I think Haney just got too much tools in the tool shed. Plus, naturally, as a bigger guy, I like to see Haney get him out of there, but I think Haney will win by a comfortable decision. Probably, score-wise, I'd probably say 116, 112 maybe.
Do you see Haney being stronger? Or just bigger?
I think Haney's gonna, definitely be a little stronger. I know Teofimo with the, could barely. Haney's also a guy that been talking about a couple years about not being able to make 135, struggling to make it. So he's naturally a bigger guy anyway. So I feel like he'll come out strong. He's gonna come out. Maybe he might come out looking not like a dumbass, trying to come out for the KO like Teo did. But Haney's gonna try to make a statement for that one.
People keep talking about people talk about Haney's. You can say whatever about his power, but you can't say he's not physically strong.
He's strong, he's fast, he's quick, really, really solid boxer.
I don't know. I don't see him as a physically strong dude. Like, he doesn't look weak. Maybe you could say he doesn't utilize his strength like that, but I don't think he's physically. I don't think he's physically weak.
He's not weak.
Nah. I definitely wouldn't say he's physically weak. Nah.
No, he don't have he don't have he's not a KO artist. But
maybe JoJo can JoJo can help him use. Maybe JoJo can force him to use his strength.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't
maybe
know.
that's still a question we gotta get answered.
Actually, I might say 160 and 111. I think Haney might drop him. So I'll say I think Haney might drop him.
Yeah, I think JoJo Diaz has only been dropped like once, I think.
So it's Teofimo Lopez. We didn't expect that shit.
Yeah, that's also true. Well, no, Teofimo actually was twice.
He got dropped his first fight. His first fight he got dropped, and I guess second round he got the guy out of there.
Yeah. But yeah, P, what about you?
I actually think this fight basically ends up being the lightweight version of JoJo versus Gary Russell. Take that for what you may.
A competitive 160.
Those are strong words. So you're thinking that Haney's gonna beat dude on some 9-3 shit like Gary did?
Actually, I have it the same score. I have it the same score. 117, 111. A competitive 117, 111, but a 117, 111 nonetheless.
Interesting.
I feel like JoJo's gonna bring, and his style is actually gonna bring the best out of Haney. And Haney knows he needs it right now, so he's gonna be on his A game. Mm-hmm. And I think JoJo will bring the best out of him, and Haney will bring his level up. I think the defense, the counter punching will be there. I want to see how he responds to JoJo and JoJo's strength, because JoJo is a strong guy. So it's going to be interesting. But he'll do a whole hell of a lot better than Tevin Farmer.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
So
that's a given.
I think JoJo will have his moments, but I think ultimately Devin will shine.
Word. And my prediction in terms for that fight going, I think it's going to be a decision. I think Devin's going to win a unanimous decision. I'm talking about maybe, surprisingly, probably like you, 117, 111 type of decision. I just feel. I think Haney is definitely on a different level with his boxing skills. Like, if anything, I think he'll probably will try to really sweet side JoJo Diaz a lot. I don't think a knockout's going to occur because JoJo Diaz is pretty sturdy though, but I do think JoJo Diaz is going to catch some work though, for sure, for damn sure. But it's going to be definitely going to be a competitive fight. Like I said, because one thing JoJo does do, he will fight from 1 to 12. Like, it's not like, you're not going to dissuade him like even when he lost his belt on the scales, like that fight he had, he wasn't in the best condition. Dude still fought hard as fuck to make sure that he didn't get another loss in the column. So
I see JoJo getting hit with a lot of lead uppercuts. Just my opinion.
Y'all niggas think Devin Haney gonna kick this dude's ass.
No. I don't think he's gonna kick. But
A lot of lead uppercuts. That's an ass whooping, bro.
no, Haney likes to throw
lead
those.
uppercuts.
Haney likes to throw those, and I think he's gonna throw them against JoJo.
Someone who got a good right hook like JoJo, who gonna keep it rough on the inside. The ones Haney ends up there after he lands a fucking uppercut. I don't know. That's a bad move to me. Like, I feel like Haney could win this easy by just using his fucking quicker hands and feet and just jabbing and just sweet sciencing. He started doing lead uppercuts and shit. Like, wow.
You can't like the sweet science thing might not work if he's trying to really, campaign himself for something better.
Nah, see, like, this is one of those fights you just win, man. You try to look good against JoJo Diaz, that shit gonna backfire.
that's also true.
True.
Yeah, because you can't. Like, one thing you can't play with JoJo Diaz. Like, you got to fight him. You got to fight him hard.
Because the time for him to be looking good in was against fucking Linares.
Right.
You want to look better against a guy in his prime?
Exactly. Yeah. First and 15 speaking real on the chat. So I agree with all that definitely. So he's the fight. I mean, I think Haney just needs to fight his fight and not he's not. Yeah. He has a good trainer, good corner. He's not gonna go out like a coked and induce fucking try to be a fake fucking Hearns Hagler war shit that Theo came out with. But he, as long as Haney fights his fight and looks good enough, getting like LB said, get the W. That's all that matters. Getting that win.
I mean, if it actually turns out that way, then I'm like, that means either someone was really feeling it or there was a personal failing that happened beforehand.
I mean, he got Ben Davis in his corner. Like, I know he trains with him sometimes. I think he is going to be in his corner for this fight. So, like, that kind of puts my mind at ease. That Ben Davis, I feel like he's one of the best trainers out. Like, you ever hear him speak and how he breaks down shit, like, he got a great boxing mind. So, if him and Haney linked up, that's already like plus 3 on the experience and ring IQ.
Yeah, I'm just reading first and 15's comments. 8-inch reach, disadvantage, and speed. I don't give JoJo much of a chance, to be honest. He's not a knockout artist, but he'll keep him honest. Yeah, this is why people anticipate this fight, because it's like JoJo really now has a chance to really prove himself again, especially after the weight title debacle. So,
and honestly, I don't think JoJo's as small or like people think. Like, I think he been grew out of damn 130
for sure. Yeah, but 135 he shouldn't be. I mean, he shouldn't be growing out of 135 though.
Nah, he shouldn't. I think like 135 might be the best weight for him actually.
Yeah, I mean right now he's
I don't look at him as a small dude like that.
Yeah, he's right in the smack dab of a hot division, so you can't like.
Yeah.
And then,
honestly, I could see this fight being a draw, being close enough where no one loses the title. Haney could still make his moves and go for undisputed or whatnot, and JoJo keeps his reputation in the sport.
So
I don't see Devin Haney just running away with this shit like that.
So you do see it. So you see a draw. So is that your prediction, a draw, or?
I think I'm gonna go with that prediction. Like, honestly, like, cause I'm like, my heart is saying like JoJo's gonna give this dude hell. He's gonna make it rough, and he's gonna really concentrate on going to Haney's body. Then a part of me feels like Haney might just get into his Shakur bag and just not even let that type of fight happen. But then I also feel like Haney can't do that for 12 rounds.
Right.
He's gonna slip up in the middle rounds or round 8, round 9. and he's gonna give a door to JoJo to walk through, and JoJo's gonna run through that door. But I don't know if he has the power to stop Haney. Like Haney, like I don't want to say Haney's chinny yet, because Linares, even the old Linares, could still hit. But it's like you didn't discourage Linares, a guy who's been knocked out several times, and you can't discourage him. You're still making him try his hardest.
So
I don't know if he could do that with JoJo.
So I mean, yeah, this is yeah, JoJo. That's why I can't wait for this fight. This fight, yeah, JoJo's gonna have the approval. Either it's gonna prove some of us or all of us wrong.
Yeah,
Cambosis good.
We all got Cambosis wrong.
Yeah, and then at least the card for it is pretty decent. Undercard for it. I mean, Jessica McCaskill is gonna be in the co-main defending her belts. And Montana Love's gonna be on there. In the Croatian cap, Philip. I always forget how to pronounce his damn last name. No, like HR Govic. And then you got Austin Amwell Williams. One of Eddie's Matchroom Boxing USA prospects. If you want to call him that. Alexis Espino and Mark Castro is on there. So it's a decent undercard. It's not a heavy hitting one, but at least a card that should actually just flow.
It's not a golden card.
Are you talking about Flip Hrgovic?
Yeah, Hrgovic. There we go.
Like, I don't know, that name is so hard to pronounce, bro.
I don't know, because sometimes the HR could be pronounced different ways or whatever. I always forget how to pronounce it. I don't know why.
Word. But yeah, I can't wait for this fight. I'm gonna get a little late. So, but everybody pretty much Haney by decision, varying the rounds, and I'm picking the draw.
Yeah, like we got 2 117, 111s decisions for Haney, and then P, yours is just a what? Was it 116, 112?
117, 111.
So
you talking about Pilot? All you motherfuckers with these damn P names.
I said 116, 111. Right.
Okay, yeah, you're the one that said that there was gonna be a
because you got niggas here thinking he's gonna drop JoJo and do lead uppercuts and backflip punches and he gonna do the Jason Maxiel. No, Jason Richardson front flip punch.
And then we got the lone draw, and there's nothing wrong with the draw. Like, I mean, if you're a gambling man, if you're a gambling deviant, yeah, draws are usually the move to put money on, just in case.
I forgot to fucking put money on Cambosis by decision. I only did knockout and his win. I was fucking pissed.
Oh yeah, you did tell me that shit too. You did tell me you were gonna.
Yeah, I was like, fuck. Because I thought I did a decision as well, but I didn't. I only did the win and anyways, man. I guess next